What's up guys, welcome back to the Jaff Reviews channel. Thank you very much for tuning in once again. Before we kick off with this review, just letting you know this is an educational channel only. I do not sell any vaping products. Also, any e-liquids used within this video does not contain any nicotine. Today we're going to be looking at the Argus G4 and the Argus G4 Mini by VooPoo. Let's go down, unbox it, check what's inside, and as always, we'll share pros, cons, and give it a rating. This is the packaging that the Argus G4 and the Argus G4 Mini comes in by VooPoo. Let's unbox it and check what's inside. With the G4, you'll get the user manual, as well as a card to tell you what pods are compatible. Now, the pods that we've got with this, with the new G4, is the new multi-ohm cartridges, which have 3 different resistances, which is wicked. So we're going to check that out. Also get your Type-C charger, the spare multi-ohm pod, which has a resistance of 0.4, 0.7 and 1.0. And of course the device. Now the material being used for this, it is a die-cast metal body. So it's a zirconia sandblasted matte finish. That's what this is. Which I must say, the hand feel for this is gorgeous. Now in terms of weight, it's 65 grams. It is for MTL and RDL vaping as well, so keep that in mind. There are 8 colorways available for this device. And yeah, it's got a maximum output of 35 watts. It's a pre-installed 1650 milliamp battery. Now it's an increase from the 1500 milliamp battery, but then in the G3, it's an extra 150 milliamps for both devices, for even the Mini as well. So yeah, the Mini's definitely got an increase of battery very well, but of course this is going to eat away at the battery quicker because of the screen that it's got, but that's not an issue. It's still more than enough battery power for this little kit. So at the front there, you've got your 0.85 inch TFT colored display. So nice screen there, as you can see. On the side, you've got your Type-C charger port, some ventilation there, and your airflow just at the back there, so it's fully open with 3 holes cut out there. Close that off, and you've got 1 hole just sitting there. That's for your mouth to lungs, so great that they give you that from both sides. There you've got your control button for the menu and everything, but it's not a fire button. It's auto draw feature only with this pod kit, just so you're aware. You've got the VooPoo logo at the top there. At the bottom it does say Argus G4, 1650 milliamp battery. So it does tell you all that, what you need to know. So take this pod out, it's held on by 2 magnets, and then you've got your connection points. What it looks like inside. It's got a slight movement, but majority of pods do, but this one's got a slight bit of movement, but it's not a biggie for this, to be honest. Very, very impressive. Now, that's pretty much it for the exterior of the device. There's nothing more to tell you about it. Yeah, let's take a look at the menu. So, menu is straightforward as well, but what I'm loving is these new pods. These new multi-ohm pods that they've got going on, which I think is absolutely cracking. So yeah, okay, if you want to do, say for instance, right now it's on a 1.0 resistance. If I flip this round, that will take me to the 0.7 resistance coil. So now you can see 0.7. But if I click in 2 times, this will take me to the, well, give me the 0.4 resistance. So 1, 2, switches it right up to 0.4. That is so cool. And even if I've got it on the 1.0, I can still click in twice and it'll go to the 0.4, but it just stays in there until I change it. So double click to turn that off and it goes back to the 1.0. Double click, takes me into the 0.4. That is absolutely wicked. Love it. Absolutely love it. But yeah, I'll just keep that round there just in case I want the 0.7. But yeah, fantastic for that. Brownie points, VooPoo, for doing that feature. We've got the battery percentage at the top, wattage, resistance, your puff counter down there as well. And then you've also got your lock and unlock symbol. Now to change the wattage, click in your side button 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Starts to flash and it goes right up to 35. Then it goes to max power and round robins. And then you can take that up to wherever you want. But we'll keep it on 30 watts for now. But very easy to navigate. Pressing the on and off button 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Will take you to the menu and also your power off option. And you just click down and hold in to whatever you want to select. Theme wise, you've got 3 different themes here, which is good. So we'll hold into this one here. Keep that on. It changes it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. take it back into the menu. You've got puff clear, hold that in, it clears the puff count. Back into the menu, and then you've also got lock, so you can lock your wattage. They'll basically lock this button, so now you can't really do anything with it because you've locked that button. But yeah, let's say unlock it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back into the lock. Oh, went past it. Hold it into unlock, and that's it. And then the other option was exit to get out the menu, and that is it. Very simple menu to use. I love these multi-ohm coils. Absolutely spot on with that one. I can tell you 3 different resistances, so you'll never get bored. If you want to switch from MTL to RDL, you can do that right away. So that's absolutely awesome. But that's about it for the Argus G4. Let's take a look at the Mini. It is literally the same product, but it's just got no screen. It's just got some LED light in there, which I'm going to show you. So take this pod out, and we're just going to pop this in, and it starts to light up. It won't be doing the 0.4 resistance for this because it only gives you 2 options. Oh, before I move on, I do need to show you. Long press the button and it'll give you some tips. Gives you some tips, as you can see. It tells you adjust mode, double click, you can adjust it, wattage, 3 clicks, and then and so on. So just hold it in if you need some tips. But I love the fact that this has an LED light and it changes depending on which resistance you've got on. So the 1.0 resistance is green, sorry, and then the 0.7 will show up as white. So we'll keep that on there. You've got your Type-C charger port there. You've got your airflow control as well, which is fantastic. It's got VooPoo at the bottom. Same again, G4, 1650 milliamp battery, as you can see. VooPoo logo at the top, Argus at the bottom. Same connection points, of course, as the same pod. But this is spot on. It is thinner, much thinner, but with the same battery capacity. If you're not fussed about, keeping track of your puff counter and having different options and menus for the theme and all that stuff, get the simple basic G4 Mini. Nice and compact. It's very nicely done. But yeah, what more to say? So I think what we'll do is we'll wrap this up. Let's go up, vape on it, share pros, cons, and give it a rating. So we've now unboxed the Argus G4 and the Argus G4 Mini. Let's test this out. So give this a vape. We're going to start off with the 0.4 resistance, 30 watts I've got it, and I've got it in the Argus G4. So here we go. Good flavour. Flip that round. Let's see the resistance I've got. I've got a I've got 1.0 now. So between 10 and 14 watts, we've got this to 12 watts. Here we go. I'm going to close off that airflow as well because it's too much for when you're trying to do that mouth to lung. There we go. Works pretty well for mouth to lung. It has still got that tightness in there, but there's still enough airflow in there for a good mouth to lung, I would say. Now I am going to put this into 0.7. Let me see. 0.7, where are you? There we go, 0.7, and I've got this sitting at 16 watts. I'm going to turn it up to the 18 watts. I think that's probably best just to crank that up to 17 watts. There we go, 17 watts, as you can see. Now let's give this a rip. Forgot to open the airflow. Very nice. 0.4 is way better in my opinion. So easy to change over as well. Love the concept. Now, in the Mini, pod's probably going to perform the same way, same coil that's in there, but let's see what the power's like on this little Mini. 0.7. Going to flip that round now and we're going to put on the 1.0. Here we go. Close off that airflow. I think I prefer, if it was going to be mouth to lung, I would like the Mini. We've vaped on them. What do we think? Pros and cons. Let's start with the cons first. So, one thing I will say is the body on this, as you can see, little mark all there, little scuff. It didn't drop it. It's just obviously touching other mods. So, not impressed with that. The battery capacity, now it's a bigger mod compared to this one. I would have expected it to be at least, 1800, at least 1900 milliamps would have been nice for the bigger one, because it's going to consume a lot more battery because it's got a screen. Also, at the bottom, there's no rubber, which I dislike. I think there should be some sort of silicone or rubber at the bottom. As you know, I always complain about that. And it's quite sharp at the bottom as well. Really sharp at the bottom there. So, yeah, that's definitely cons that I will point out. And that is it. Nothing else I can say about this. It's a good little pod kit. Now, looking at the pros, love the concept of the 3 resistances for the G4. Love that. Would have been better to have the Mini having an option, a button, just to change over to the other resistance. So that could have been maybe added on into this. I don't know, but that would have been a bonus for the Mini. But it is the Mini, so it's a smaller version. So if you're looking for that 3 resistance performance with a bigger with your pod kit, then just get the bigger version. Get the G4, the original G4 version. Other pros I will say is that it does actually have a nice hand feel, nice and smooth around the body, very nicely done. No leakage at all, not even condensation I could find in this thing. So very well done. I like the simplicity of the G4, the screen. It's nice and vibrant, but still simple at the same way. But I like it. It's just at the top there. These pods are great for fruits and desserts. Like, there's none better than other, if you know what I mean. I think flavor-wise, great. This is all right for mouth to lung, but I mean, in my opinion, it's just a bit tight for the mouth to lung, but I'm not a mouth to lung kind of guy. I'm RDL, but I will test things at MTL. So for me, it's just too tight for the MTL, but that's because of my vaping style. That's all it is. But I think for mouth to lung users, they'll very much enjoy it. It's tight enough for you, and airflow is restricted. So definitely all right there for the mouth to lung. But if you're going for mouth to lung, I'd recommend this little kit though. Other pros, I like how chunky it is from here. Like, it's very chunky where the pod gets put in. So the frame itself is nice and thick, which is good. So good quality. Definitely like that. I like this colorway. I do like VooPoo's work. I really do. I think they do very well with the pods and everything. Do you know what? I'd love to have an RBA for their pod kits. Love to have, like, see some sort of kind of RBA for these pods. That would be really cool. So VooPoo, something to look into is an RBA for your pod kits. Give that an option for all us hobbyists. We want compact devices that we can leave the house with a rebuildable rather than stock coils, and we've got something like this. That's something to look into, VooPoo. But apart from that, man, this thing's great. It's a great pod kit, and the feel of it's gorgeous. Now, I'm going to look at the rating in terms of build quality. I will give this a 7 out of 10. Obviously, because of the little damage at the bottom there, so obviously the coating's not the best on this, but that's why I give it a 7 out of 10. And obviously, because this mini version doesn't have a button, so you can't really use that 3 resistance feature on this little pod kit. So it would have been nice to have that added in with the mini version. But yeah, and of course the battery capacity is the same, so the bigger one should have had a bit more battery, in my opinion. So that's the rating I'd give it in terms of build quality. Flavor wise, these pods, I will give a 10 out of 10. I think the pods are fantastic. Great flavor profile. Really, really good flavor. Nice, clean, crisp, smooth. And you get a long time out of these pod kits. I mean, I've been vaping on this for quite some time now, and they're not dying down. The flavor's not muted. I mean, I'm definitely over 1,000 puffs on this for sure, but this thing is absolutely performing very, very well. I've had no issues with the auto draw feature on it. There's been no lack in terms of the power or anything, so it's doing what it should be doing. But flavour, absolutely on point. But that's about it with this review. Big shout out to VooPoo for sending this for the purpose of this review, and you guys watching at home. Thank you very much for tuning in. I really appreciate the support. Please hit the like button. It keeps me in the algorithm. And until next time, take care. All the best.